What if your need to please everyone is not just your personality? What if it is your nervous system's instinctual way of trying to survive a threat? The fawn response is a trauma survival strategy where a person learns to stay safe by keeping others happy, avoiding conflict, and abandoning their own needs. On the outside, it can look like kindness, but on the inside, it may feel like fear, pressure, exhaustion, and self-erasure. In trauma psychology, we often hear about fight, flight, and freeze. But many trauma survivors also experience what is commonly called the fawn response. Fawning can develop when a person learns that safety depends on reading the room, staying small, and keeping the peace. For a child, this may happen in environments where love feels conditional, emotions are unpredictable, or conflict feels unsafe. The body learns, if I can keep them calm, maybe I will be safe. That lesson can become stored in the nervous system long after the original danger is gone. The painful part is that fawning often begins as a way to preserve connection, but over time it can actually damage connection. When you always say yes, people may never learn what you really need. When you hide your feelings, your loved ones may feel shut out. When you avoid conflict at all costs, resentment can build beneath the surface. This is called self-abandonment. Repeatedly disconnecting from your own needs, emotions, and boundaries in order to keep someone else comfortable. The result is not true peace. It is emotional distance wearing the mask of harmony. The fawn response can become harmful because your nervous system stays on high alert. You may constantly monitor other people's moods. You may over-explain, over-apologize, or over-function. You may feel guilty for having needs at all. Over time, this can lead to burnout, anxiety, resentment, shame, and a loss of identity. You may begin to wonder, who am I when I'm not trying to be acceptable to everyone else? That question is important because healing from fawning means coming back to yourself. Healing the fawn response does not mean becoming harsh, selfish, or uncaring. It means learning that your needs matter too. Start small. Pause before saying yes. Ask yourself, do I actually want to do this, or am I afraid of disappointing someone? Practice simple boundary statements like, I need time to think about that. I can't do that today. That doesn't work for me. At first, boundaries may feel unsafe, but with practice, your nervous system can learn that honesty is not danger. One way to overcome fawning is to rebuild self-trust. Self-trust grows when your inner voice and your outer actions begin to match. That means noticing what you feel, naming what you need, and choosing not to betray yourself just to keep temporary peace. Cognitive behavioral therapy teaches that our thoughts, feelings, and behaviors influence one another. So when the thought says, if I say no, they will leave, you can gently challenge it with truth. The right people can respect my boundaries. From a spiritual perspective, your worth was never based on how useful, agreeable, or available you could be. You do not have to earn love by disappearing. God did not create you to live empty, silent, and afraid of taking up space. Healing invites you to walk in truth, love, wisdom, and courage. You can be kind without losing yourself. You can be loving and still have limits. You can keep peace without abandoning the person God created you to be. The fawn response helped you survive, but healing teaches you how to live. You are allowed to have needs. You are allowed to say no. You are allowed to be loved without performing for it. If this helped you understand yourself, like, share, and subscribe for more psychology, healing, and faith-centered insight.